Alright, so it looks like the initial bans we have Kog'Maw and Nocturne. So Kog'Maw again, but this time Nocturne instead of Shen. Now, we do still have the 3 bans in tournament draft here. So who knows who else we'll see getting taken out.
I predict a Shen Janna ban. Let's see.
Morgana banned out first from Epik. And a Riven ban. Mundo. Yeah, I figure we'll see Mundo banned in almost every game, particularly ones with Crumbs because he's a very good Mundo. But
Yeah.
in general, Mundo is just an incredible jungler. Very, very powerful. Great clear times. That slow is amazing.
Oh, Garth is banned. So Shen Janna is still open. She was huge for EG last game. I do think she's more important to ban than Shen.
We'll see what they go with here. And they pick Shen.
Alright.
So Janna's still left open. I wonder if that's going to be the first pick here from Epik, because Janna was, as you said, very good in the last game. They grabbed Kennen right away. And the first 2 picks here from Curse. We'll see how they're changing up their strategy to try to deal with this. Since we did see they actually take Janna, and we see Udyr picked up. Not sure if that's going to be top or jungle.
Early game stages top, Kennen versus Udyr. Kennen will win by a bit, and as soon as he gets like Turtle Shield rank 3, he should be fine. He can just take all the damage he wants from Kennen. Nothing will happen.
A Nautilus, possible jungle here. That's a very, very good jungle pick. A little bit slow, but if you use either movement speed quints or get boots really quick, once you do get on top of somebody, you pretty much can hold them still. Like, it's very, very hard for them to counter that.
Yeah, especially at 6, you have an extra CC.
And Urgot picked up as the AD. We saw Urgot in the show match earlier today, and that didn't work out super well.
Yeah, I like Corki against Urgot. I wouldn't pick someone like Ezreal or... I would pick Corki, Ashe, or Cog.
Well, Cog was banned in the chat beforehand, so you'd be looking at Corki or Ashe out of who's left.
Yeah.
And it looks like staying on Corki. Corki didn't do terribly last game. The couple of times he got caught out, it was when the game had snowballed so far that nobody really was able to be hurt by turrets, so they just kind of ran in and killed him. But in the early game, he did fairly well, kept CS very even, but the rest of the game kind of snowballed against him.
Yeah, by endgame he started out CSing the Sivir, but there was nothing he could do. Sivir had like 6 kills, so it was too far off.
And the Aurelia pick again, I wonder if that's going to be top, and we're going to see Udyr jungling and see that Aurelia Kennen matchup again.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Aurelia top. She didn't do too bad against Kennen. She started killing him late game, even though he was more fed than her. So maybe they will play better in terms of controlling top against the jungler. Because that's what killed Aurelia.
Yeah, and it's definitely possible if you can survive to that late game. The problem was just early game went so badly, it really took a long time to farm back in. And by the time Aurelia was able to farm back in, it was like a 10-kill deficit. And it didn't matter at that point because you had Galio just ulting at the beginning of every fight and Curse just getting mowed down. Interesting, if that is a Vladimir pick, I wonder if we'll see that mid or top. Because they can both play mid or top very well. And more interestingly, we'll see if... What I like about that pick is what they can do with blue buff. If they want, they can let Nautilus continue to grab blue buff throughout the game. Kennen and Vlad both benefit from it, but not as much as most other AP mids.
Mm-hmm.
This also gives Curse a really tough last pick here, because they normally look to counter mid with what Jackie picks, but you're not sure who he's going to be facing mid.
I like Swain or Lulu against that. Oh, or TF for lane control. I guess that's what they were lacking last game, so they're going for this game, TF ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, the lanes went really badly against them. The team fights did as well, but it's just because the lanes were so bad. I mean, once Galio got to that certain point where his ult was doing, a third of everyone's health, it really didn't matter. I don't think we even saw a Galio ult followed by a Kennen ult because everyone dropped so quickly.
Yeah.
There was never really even a need for Kennen to ult. And unless we see another trade here, there's a trade bug. It looks like we'll probably see Vlad top and Kennen mid. And they do the trade. I was going to say, I would have expected that to be the other way around, so they did the trade there. So we're going to have Vladimir mid against Twisted Fate, and, I mean, Wings did so well on Kennen against Pobelter's Aurelia last game. I don't know why you'd change that up. It can go bad late game, but right now they're just challenging Curse to get to late game with picks like Urgot, Tarek bottom. Basically, I feel like Epik is just betting Curse here that they won't even make it to late game. But this will be interesting to watch. I know Salsa is a good Vlad player. Wings proved he's an incredible Kennen. I've not seen Jackie on Twisted Fate a lot, and I've seen a lot of Pobelter's Aurelia. So those lanes are going to be very interesting. The matchup bottom, I'm not sure. I mean, Urgot's really powerful, and his early game is going to make him really hard to gank, and he's going to be able to put out a lot of damage onto elements. Usually we see Urgot just picking on the support. But I'm not sure. I think it really comes down to how well Cop does at getting on top of Tarek, trying to keep Tarek stuns out of the equation. Because if Urgot gets free shots while they're stunned by Tarek, I don't think either Elements or Cop are going to be able to live through too much of that.
Mm-hmm.
But Twisted Fate's going to give him really good control, the ability to teleport everywhere. He controls his own lane well. He'll help the other lanes stay balanced. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited for mid lane. I don't know. What do you think of the two junglers, like the ganking potential on Nautilus and Udyr?
I prefer Nautilus as a ganker. Udyr is a great farmer. He's going to be clearing really fast. Can counter jungle. And that is the control that they need against CG. They need jungle control, top lane control, and TF Udyr will provide that. And as soon as they get into late game, Aurelia and Udyr will be in the carry's face, and they're just not going to take a lot of damage. So I like their team comp this time against CG.
Alrighty, well, we are finishing up our delay here, and then we'll be loading into game. So we're going to go ahead and run a commercial, and then we'll be into game 2 of Curse versus Epik. Epik did take the first game in rather spectacular fashion, so it'll be interesting to see if Curse can make a comeback here and get us to a game 3. Alright, here we go, loading into game. Looks like that commercial is done. Battlecast Urgot, I love that skin. Alrighty, here we go. So do you think we're going to see either team invading or really pushing for a level 1 fight here, Koss?
They both have one stun. Unstoppable does have the immobilize. I'm not sure. No. EG is picking for a defensive position like last game. Looks like Curse might be going for an invade or just camping mid. We'll see.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
In terms of damage, it's pretty even. It's whoever gets the opening on the other. But yeah, they're both in defensive positions. Top kind of exposed, but they're not worried about that.
You rely on your weapons.
Yeah, and I'd imagine especially because we usually see the aggressive nature out of Curse in the early game. But I'd be surprised if we see that here. They lost so hard last game. I don't think they'd want to give up anything early. This is just one of those situations where you want to be very careful. You want to try to farm and just get into your game, start playing your game, without giving up 1 or 2 kills early when you're already down a game in a best of 3. And looks like we'll just see both junglers starting relatively unharassed here.
Minions have spawned.
Each heading towards their blue. Crumb's getting a really good leash there. Not as great of a one for Nautilus.
Aframu almost going out of mana taking those golems. He must have regen runes for sure.
And Crumbs does take his blue. Nautilus just a little bit behind. He'll have his here in just a second. And here we go into lane. I'm really interested to see how this top lane will go since it's the exact same match we had last time.
Yep.
See how Pobelter's got to approach this differently. He has to know last game did not go well for him. And it'll be interesting to see how he decides to do that. Looks like a lot of wards for elements here in the beginning, actually not getting any other item. So really wanting to be careful about those early Nautilus ganks.
An early top gank on Cannon. It is warded though. He's just gonna back off.
Yeah, Cannon's gonna see that coming all the way.
He's probably gonna bait Udyr into wasting his time a bit more.
Oh, good double stun there. A lot of damage out here, but I think he'll get out. Oh no, first blood. Good job there by Crumbs and Pobelter sticking with it and getting the first blood.
Yeah, that's just what they need. Now top lane's probably gonna lose.
Yeah, and a nice reversal from last game where we really watched Kennen dominate pretty much the first 20 minutes of the match, just dominate top lane.
Yep. And it was also warded. So Kennen didn't play that as well as he should have.
Well, and possibly doing what you'd said, trying to bait Crumbs into staying longer and then just getting a little too far out.
Yeah, it was the Aurelia stun that got him there. I don't think he was expecting it, just a slow. That's what he was expecting.
And that's one of those things that's tough to judge with Aurelia.
Yeah, bad things like that happen a lot.
Nautilus looping around here, going back into his jungle because he was seen with the wards. Cop and Elements just backing off. Both mid laners about even on farm. It should be really interesting to watch because Salsa is such a great Vladimir player and really has been for a long time. So, can make up for the fact that TF is just such a great laner. Bottom actually staying pretty well pushed here by Elements and Cop. Yeah, not a whole lot of action here, but possibly Crumb's coming in for another gank here. Oh, the slow, not the stun this time, so we may see Kennen getting out here. In fact, I imagine we will.
Oh, he's still going
good
for
angle
it.
from Crumbs.
Another slow
They
from
actually
Aurelia.
might get another kill here. Very good. This one going on to Crumbs. So a complete reversal in top lane here, and another very, very good gank. Even though they weren't able to get the stun there from Aurelia, just the slow, Crumbs took a really good angle and was actually able to pick that one up.
Yeah, he did rush boots. He has that movement speed to counter Kennen's lightning rush, and yeah, that was enough, I guess. Now they have top lane control, jungle control, because they're just too fed, and that's gonna snowball.
Oh, and here comes Twisted Fate teleporting in. This could be trouble for Unstoppable, and he will go down. Jackie picking up the kill there.
Yeah, very nice TF ult, and wasn't a good move from Unstoppable to invade, being level 4 and Udyr having picked up 2 kills.
Yeah, and they saw him there with the ward, so Udyr knew exactly where he was going to be, was able to get the stun right away. You know, a lot of times we'll see junglers accidentally run into each other and not really able to do a whole lot there, but Crumbs knew exactly what he was going for. Oh wow, Afro going down to an Ignite. So really a reversal of fortunes here. Curse having a much better early game than they did last game.
Yeah. We might be seeing that third game that you wanted to see.
That's good. We really haven't had a lot of games go to 3 here. It's been a little disappointing, so I'd love to see this match go to 3. And Crumb's just kind of running around using that early gold advantage to clear wards, get vision for his team. Because that was something Epik controlled most of last game. They had incredible ward presence. They saw everything that was going on. So that extra early money onto Crumbs here can probably help Curse maintain a little bit better vision control than they did last game.
Yeah. PG has 0 wards placed, so good advantage for Curse.
Yep, and Aurelia jumping in and doing some damage there. Not a ton, but doing enough. We do see, you know, Kennen significantly behind where he was this point last game.
Missing 2 of his last ultimate procs, Pobelter, letting Kennen live, but he's gonna be pushed to tower, and Kennen's gonna miss a lot of creeps.
Yep, and mid just going pretty even. We haven't really seen any gank attempts there. Vlad very good at getting out of ganks, so probably not a great idea for Crumbs to go in there. Looks like Crumbs is going to try to take Dragon by him. No, here come Element and Cop. So we're going to try to take the first Dragon here for Curse. They had absolutely no Dragon control last game, so this will definitely help them out.
Yeah, Vlad is a bit behind on CS by 20 or 25, and yeah, just Curse dominating the early game so far.
Yep, already up about 3,000 gold. And Pobelter going to go back here and buy. Again, starting with the double Null Magic Mantle. So I'd expect going for, yeah, there we are, Wit's End. And getting just an extra potion. Probably not quite enough to finish Merc Treads yet. Saul's putting a ward up there, not wanting to get ganked again. Crumb's going to see this ward here in the bush and continue to try to get that vision control, but Kennen does know he's there now. And he's just going to go ahead and go back. But Kennen, not knowing if that happened or not, is going to have to be very careful here.
Yeah, also having the jungler pick up so many kills early game makes you automatically miss some CS just being afraid of his presence. Especially when you don't have any wards covering you know, the river or your lane. He can be anywhere.
Yeah, and a really good decision there by Crumbs to use that extra early money to grab the oracles. Because Epik does such a great job warding, you really need to find a good way to counter that.
Yeah.
The ult coming out from TF here. Great pool by Vlad. Able to avoid the stun and really make that a lot less effective. A lot of damage on the Pobel here. Both able to get out, but that attempt
is
at
coming
diving
from behind the
completely
turret.
denied.
Well, Kennen is
In trouble here, but Nautilus
Oh,
coming up, so
very
this could
nice.
go poorly. Yeah, Crumb's gonna have to try to chase down Wings here before Nautilus can get on and kill him. And it looks like he'll be successful, but now he's got to deal with Nautilus. And Vladimir came up as well. Gonna beat Twisted Fate there by a large margin. Crumbs is in trouble here. He should go down, and that costs the Oracles. That is unfortunate. On top of the kill, losing the Oracles, that's going to put Crumbs a decent bit behind there.
yeah, TF didn't have his ultimate to help him out, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah, very, very impressive, though. I mean, good idea by Wings there to just go ahead and try to put the damage out, you know, realizing that Crumbs might catch him there, but able to take down Pobelter.
Yeah, because had he stayed at the tower, Crumbs would have tanked it and took him down. He's pretty tanky, so good move by Wings.
Bottom lane seems... Actually, got a little bit ahead in CS. Corki not doing... Well, he's down by about 10 or 12. So not a huge difference here, but a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, against Janna, because you have no sustain, laning against Taric Urgot, just, it's a bit scary. You don't want to get caught by a stun and an Urgot ultimate. So you get zoned just a bit, missing a couple CS.
And in mid lane, Jackie a good bit ahead of Vladimir, about 40 farm. Crumb's heading towards bottom lane, but really nothing there, so heading back up towards mid. Jackie taking wolves, so they might try to push on to Vlad here. Oh, nothing going, just gonna back off. And Crumbs did buy another Oracles, which means he's going to be able to continue to provide that map control, but he's now spent 800 gold on them, so that should have set his build back a good bit.
Yeah.
And neither mid actually in lane right now. Looks like Sauce went off to grab Wraiths, and Jackie actually heading bottom, it looks like. Yeah, possibly setting up for ultimate gank from TF there. Crumb's going to try to hold mid, but Wings is now there as well.
They might want mid tower down for dragon control.
Yeah, Jackie's got blue buff now, but I think they're going to lose that tower for it.
Yeah.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And Kennen not heading straight back to top, so no, Pobelter's not going to press the turret. I was going to say possibly some turret damage out here on top, but they'll get a little bit. The minions will get a couple of hits, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. Also, Nautilus catching up in gold against the Ujir. He went for 2 gold per 5s, and instead of getting oracles, he got some pink wards. So, yeah, he did save a lot of money.
Yeah, and that'll make up for the 2 kills. Your 2 kills, each one cost about an oracle, so... Swap onto Jackie. But a lot of damage onto Aframu. Looks like Nat's going to go down. Aframu takes down Jackie, but he goes down as well. Cop getting into the fight, but Salty right on top of Crumbs. Crumbs able to flash over the wall. Pobelter doing a lot of damage onto Wings, but gonna have to get out of there. They flash out. Wow, very good. Oh, and the grab from Unstoppable, perfectly timed, and Elements goes down. Wow, way to not give up on the fight there. That was actually really good from Epik. Crumbs in trouble now too. If he loses another Oracles here, that's really going to set him back. He's got to find some way to get out of this.
No, he's probably just going to kill himself.
Yeah,
Tarek might pick up the kill.
There, he'll pick up the kill. Oh!
Get into that rocket.
Beautiful shot from Aframu. And that really hurt Curse right there. I don't know why Crumbs was back in there. He did not have much health.
He was greedy for that ward. He just cleared the ward and died.
Wow, well, great turn there from Epik in that fight. Jackie trying to get the stun card out, but I don't think he's going to make it.
He still has flash up, but he doesn't want to waste it on the last pool. He's just going to pull the stun and get away safe.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have any teammates there to support him, so if there were some people from Epik hanging around, and he blew his flash, he'd be in some real trouble.
Yeah.
And
They probably will get the dragon, unless he gets stolen.
Oh, good job by Pobelter onto Salts, but he's going to pool and knock it out. The ult from Jackie would have gotten him even if Pobelter hadn't been able to.
Yeah.
And it looks like this dragon will go to Curse.
Yep. Nice try by Afro to steal it with his Q.
Yeah, I mean, he already had luck with one snipe, so why not give it another shot?
Yeah.
And now we see the Oracles onto Unstoppable, so also going to try to clear that vision. Don't believe Crumbs bothered to pick up a third. No, he didn't. So Epik can really start to take advantage of vision here again. Crumb's coming up to top there, but he is seen. And I think Wing's just going to wait here and pop him with the Q right before his recall finishes.
Now Jackie was ready to... oh, never mind, doesn't have his ult, but he was heading top.
Uh-oh. Both ults on the Pobelter here. But he's going straight on the Wings, wanting to get that kill if nothing else. And now on to Unstoppable.
Just not taking any damage at all. So tanky and fed.
Wow, good job there. I mean, both of those ults, he got stunned pretty hard and just able to, pretty much like you said, shrug it off. Didn't really take any damage.
Yeah. His passive with Merc Treads and all the MR he has. The attack speed, just so much damage coming from him. Kennen building armor, a bit tanky, but not helping him out at all. They needed damage there.
Yeah, and that's the big problem, is he hasn't gone into AP yet. Now, even when he does, there's a lot of magic resist on Aurelia at this point. Crumb's chasing on the Salt. Oh, he does land the stun, but Unstoppable coming in, so they're just going to back off at this point.
Swap going in on Elements. Elements ulting.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Gonna go down to Aframo.
Yeah, and Cop just getting out of there. Nothing to be gained there. It looks like Curse will lose their blue buff here. Cop poking a little bit with the ult, but not a whole lot he can do.
Yeah, Pobelter also going for the top turret.
I mean, it's not much compared to the kill and losing blue, but it's one of those issues where he's not going to get down into the fight. You might as well take something. They're going to lose bottom turret here. It does a little bit to even it up, possibly even continuing to push since all of Epik is down bottom. Cobb just got to be careful he doesn't get caught out here. Yeah, Pobelter onto the turret, but here comes Vladimir. So not a whole lot of damage getting onto it. Alright, so Curse certainly gone through some setbacks here. They were doing really well early game and just not able to convert it into the late game yet. They keep getting caught out. We had Elements caught out once, Crumbs caught out after a team fight. It's just giving up a few easy kills that's allowed Epik to really find their way back into this game. They're still down about 3,500 gold, but much better off than they were doing a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
And Pobelter pushing top lane a little bit. We've got Vladimir there and Nautilus in the area, so probably not a good idea to continue that push.
Yeah, I think Curse needs to poke a bit before getting into a team fight because EG does have a better team fight comp. With the Urgot switch, the double ulti from Salsi and Wings of Death is going to deal a lot of damage if they catch 3 or 4 people in it.
Yeah, and it's just going to come down to, we've pretty much broken down the laning phase here. Both teams have lost turrets, and I'd imagine we're going to see more positioning for team fights, fights around Dragon and Baron coming up here. But you never know, especially with ADs like Comp and Afro who love to get farm. You can see him going back to lanes even when it seems like the lane is phased. And a couple of hits out on the Jackie here from Afro, but Pobelter jumps in there. Just kind of returning the favor with a little damage and then backing off.
Pobelter has so much movement speed, looks like he's sprinting through the map just with Triforce.
And looks like we could see a fight here.
Yeah, they're just waiting on Crumbs to join them.
Yeah, gonna have to try to do something to contest this dragon. They don't really have any vision. There we go, with the clairvoyance they now see Epik. I don't know if they know that they're split or not. Oh, Afro in trouble. Flashing over to the dragon pit. Lots of damage on the Pobelter and Tarek there though. Looks like Pobelter will fall. He's in a little bit of trouble here. Crumbs on top of him. But it looks like Crumbs will drop first. Great damage there from Afro. Yeah, Cop probably not going to be able to put out enough here. Jackie in trouble. Flashes over the wall. So that does end up being a 3 for 2. Very, very good job at protecting Wings there. You had both Crumbs and Pobelter on them at different times, just killing them before they can get those final hits off. EG team fighting very, very well, and they will take this dragon here. And they've pretty much brought themselves back into the game. You're looking at 2,500 or 2,500 gold difference and 1 kill.
Yep.
And they're actually up a turret.
As soon as TF ultied and Urgot ultied in the, what's that called, the Dragon Pit, got into the fight, EG had already engaged. That was a huge advantage for EG, and they pushed it to winning that team fight and securing Dragon. But yeah, like I said, if Curse doesn't get the chance to poke them just a bit and be in a perfect position to team fight, then they're gonna keep losing team fights by 1 or 2 kills and losing a Dragon or Baron over that.
Yeah, and we also saw in the beginning of that fight Urgot getting out of a really tough situation. Pretty much took Twisted Fate out of the fight for the first couple minutes by flashing back into Dragon there. Looks like they'll be able to donate blue to Jackie here, which is going to help him out a lot. And Pobelter going on to Unstoppable there, but now with Tarek coming in, this could be a problem. Hit by the ultimate from Nautilus, but because of the flash, he was too far away for it to make a huge difference.
Yep.
And both teams going to be looking for the positioning for the fight here. Like I said, the lane phase is pretty much broken down, so they're just looking for the right time to engage on each other. With Dragon down, and I don't think anybody really confident enough to do Baron at this stage, it'll really only be possibly around a turret that we see a major fight. Maybe if somebody gets caught in the jungle and drags other people into it.
Yep.
Crumbs with another Oracles now. Elements had one, but I believe he lost it in that team fight. Just trying to clear the wave here as it heads toward the tower. Epik in a very commanding position at this point, even though they're actually behind a little bit still. They seem to really be commanding. They're dictating where fights start, really doing a very good job here. Have to be careful here that they don't get out a good engage from Nautilus. The Nautilus ultimate knock up, and this will force a fight. Vlad ultimate, Pobelter just melting in that fight. Salt's finally dropping, but a ton of damage has gone out onto everyone from Curse. They're going to have to get out of here. Cop falls. Crumbs falls. Jackie and Elements are in trouble. Neither of them die, but I don't think they've got enough health to really defend here.
Yeah, they won't be able to Baron, but great team fighting capabilities that EG has. And they're pushing that to their advantage now. They're gonna be ahead soon.
Yeah, wow, everybody from Curse just dropped so quickly there. We'd seen Pobelter getting really, really tanky, but it just did not show at all there. Just died really quickly. And
yep.
It was just that initiate. They really, I don't think Curse was quite ready for that fight when the Nautilus ult went off. Pobelter was really the only one in position.
Yep, Crumbs was a bit behind. And yeah, Pobelter just dropped way too fast to be of any threat to EG. And Kennen landing a great ultimate, then just using his Hourglass to stay safe. Good teamwork by EG.
Yeah, they really do. Like I said, for a team that's kind of changed their roster recently, it just works so well as a team, which we've seen teams together for years that have trouble doing that.
Yeah.
And just very impressive.
Another Shirelli going down from EG.
And this time they grabbed Pobelter. Probably not who they wanted, but still not a bad... Oh, and Jackie just getting destroyed. Tarek actually picking up the kill there. But they should be able to Baron pretty easily now with Jackie dead.
Yeah. They won't be able to poke them down and then engage on Baron. They have 30 seconds now. Yeah. I mean, they are getting a bit low. Choosing to go for Pobelter instead of continuing Baron. Baron still hasn't reset.
Oh, and they get Baron up there. That's going to make this really difficult. Crumbs has got to get out of there. Cop Valkyrieing away. Looked for a second there like Curse may have been able to turn that fight, but no, once Baron was secured, they were just in trouble. Oh, and Crumb's just barely dodging that. Yeah, if that had landed, that could have sealed the game right there.
Yep.
Looks like they'll be able to take this turret either way.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And Wing's just going over here to farm. Wow. Curse had such a great lead there, but they just kind of, same way as last game, but just last game they never had the lead to start with. They just lost by inches. Little fights, little problems that kind of drug them down. You know, in every fight there, they didn't initiate properly. You always had Pobelter either in by himself or Jackie getting caught, something like that. And Epik was on the ball. The second a little mistake was made, they were 100% on top of it. They worked so well as a team. It's just impressive to watch.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this match. I really didn't expect EG to come back so hard after they were losing early game. The score was 1-8. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Just really hard to come back from that.
And it's funny, kind of the opposite of last game, where we had Aurelia doing poorly early game and then kind of recovering. We've seen Kennen do the exact opposite. Really a weak early game, getting killed quite a few times. But now dominating team fights, really good ults, been putting out a lot of damage. Epik just doing a great job here. Really, like I said, just very impressive.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
He's also going to be doing a lot of damage with his item though.
And gonna steal red here. Not worth it for Curse to go in and try to stop him here. They just need to defend. Hopefully wait out Baron buff without losing anything too significant.
Yeah.
And Epik just kind of moving around here, waiting for the right position to fight in. While they've still got Baron up, they can probably push down these other outer towers if they really they could try it. They've still got about just under a quarter time left on Baron.
Yeah. They're just roaming around in the jungle, keeping control. Trying to force top tower.
Cobalt are coming in to try to do something here, but does not have the rest of the team quite with him.
Baron's gonna run out in around 20 seconds.
And that'll be when Curse has an opportunity to make something happen. Really, while Baron's up, they just do not have a chance to do a whole lot here. Epik is just going to regen and the poke they take very quickly. And yeah. I would imagine, I don't know if they'll have a wave in time, but they should really try to take down this mid tower here while this Baron goes off right there. But they push the tower anyways. And they do back off there once they see the TF ultimate. So they got a little bit of damage onto the tower, but they took a little bit of damage themselves. Again, without Baron buff to help with the regen there, this poke is a little bit more important to worry about. They are pretty solidly ahead at this point, at least momentum-wise. As far as gold, they're actually only ahead about 1,000, about 1,500, coming up on 2,000 here. But Curse has lost every one of these last fights. They haven't really been able to do anything to stop Epik. They have way more turrets down. You know, sometimes it's just more than the straight kills and gold that tell the story of a game.
I really like EG's team comp. Having a tanky AD sub in for a bruiser, because they have 2 APs, one top, one mid, is really doing good in team fights, winning them every single one by 1 or 2 kills, being ahead.
Yeah, really since the early game, we haven't seen Aftermoon drop in a fight, or really even be that threatened to drop.
Yeah.
They've been trying to focus on Kennen, and I've seen a couple times they focus Tarek, which I haven't really understood.
Yeah, I saw that too. As soon as Corki gets Last Whisper, maybe they can drop someone down really quickly. Because Pobelter and Cobb will do a lot of damage to that target.
Yeah, just that part of the game, though. Until really Baron or Dragon or something else to force a team fight comes up, neither team is really looking to give away anything big here. Either one acing the other with 2 or 3 champions up to clear. Well, for Curse, it'll probably take a couple of aces because they got a lot of towers to take down. But one good ace from Epik, and they can go ahead and secure this game. Curse actually moving a little bit out of their base here, possibly looking for a fight. And if they are able to catch somebody out, but with the ward, they knew exactly where they were. Nobody was getting caught there. I do believe Baron just came back up, which is we're going to see teams fighting over it now. And neither one engaging here or going for Baron. The Clairvoyant's pretty much showing where Epik was.